of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobartsent.com.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days. Our next guest, she is a friend of the show. She was a guest on season 1, and I'm so excited to have her back to see what she's been up to for the last couple of years. Let's welcome Missie Smith. Hello there, gorgeous.
Right back at you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's such a pleasure. I've been waiting to hear about what you've been doing out there in the community, because I know you're a busy lady.
Oh gosh. Oh yes, I am.
Well, Missy, since it's been a couple years since you've been here, I'm sure we got some new fans out there. I'd like to have them feel like they know you also. So, where are you originally from?
I am originally from Chicago,
Okay.
Illinois. I moved here to Phoenix in, you may as well say, April 1st of 2009. So I've been here ever since.
Did you come here to fool somebody?
No, you know what? No, I heard this was the land of opportunity that was overflowing with milk and honey. So
Okay.
I decided to come on here.
Okay, awesome. So, Missy, you're a singer, a performer, you dance, you do it all.
Yeah. Dancing is probably like my last. That's probably way below my expertise, but I try to do what I can do.
Well, honey, I know you do a show with one of my favorite performers,
Yes.
Miss Tina Turner.
Yes.
And you do the Tina Turner tribute.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been doing that?
I have been doing that tribute since 2012.
Oh, wow.
2012.
Wow.
Yeah. It started out with me opening for George Lopez out in Tucson at Casino del Sol. And one of the vocalists that I was sharing the stage with there, we had Proud Mary on the set list. And he just kind of looked at me and he was just like, I would love to see you do some Tina.
Oh.
You got this. And I was just like, I was nervous. I'm like, this is George Lopez's audience and I don't know, and he was just like, you got this, sis.
Wow. And what song did you do?
I did Proud Mary.
You did Proud?
I did Proud Mary.
Wow.
And it just naturally happened. And once I gave the audience that, they exploded and I was just like, this is what I need to do. So I just
And that's a big one to start off with as your first Tina Turner.
It is my first Tina Turner appearance.
Wow.
So yeah, I kind of, once I did it, I was like, that felt
good.
Rejuvenating. That was beautiful. And to see their reaction, and not only him, but another vocalist out here, they were just like, Tina is you. You are Tina. You need to do that. And I ran with it.
Had you ever thought of doing Tina before that night?
Never, ever.
Were you a Tina fan?
I've always been a Tina fan. Just her stage appearance, just
everything.
She's a powerhouse. She's a rocker and an entertainer, and that's what I do. I don't just stand, for gigs. When it's like I can deliver vocals if I like, but that's to me almost karaoke-ish. It's like the audience came to see a performance.
Right.
I have to give them a performance.
And you do. I've seen you perform.
Yes.
But you know what? I always said, even as a young person, I want to see Tina live. And I remember one year she came here to Arizona, but it was hotter than heck. It was out in Glendale. I wasn't going out there.
And she did her thing.
And she did her thing. And I said, you know what? I'll see her again. But it never happened.
Yeah.
But I'll be seeing you.
Yes.
I'll be seeing you.
Yes, I'm pulling in her essence, and I want to give that to those that love Tina, such as myself, because my ultimate goal was get my show on a global scale so she could actually see it and experience it. And unfortunately, her passing happened earlier this year, and it was just like, I need to keep her alive. I need to, that full 90-minute show, I need to deliver that. Just doing 3-4 songs for me is not enough. I need to give them Tina. So I just said I need to embody her.
Is there a favorite version, should I say version, of Tina? Because we saw different stages of Tina. Is there a stage that you prefer the most, or?
I must say she was energetic from the beginning, from the get go all the way up until her last performance. Yes. So I would have to say, I guess because I'm so grown, if you want to say that. I love her more adult, her more refined presence on stage, because it really showed her life story. Because of course when we're young we can always do a ton of things. I used to turn backwards flips when I was young.
She was doing it. I mean, when she got to say that middle stage, she was still out there. When that was more like the rock and roll stage, she was still out there doing. Do you remember when she did that concert when she was walking on a tightrope?
Oh yeah,
not even holding on to anything.
Yes, with that white jumpsuit on that she had on, and she right. I watched that performance all the time. The live version of Nutbush, because that's the song she was doing. Yeah, I was just I'm floored by her. It's just like there's nobody that does it like her. There's no one that has done it like her. People age, they get older, and then they start to decline. They slow down their performances, but she gave it every
But you know what? I tell my mother this. I strongly believe that is what keeps us alive and keeps us going, is continue to move and do the things we love to do in life. Yeah. So we've spoken a lot about Tina, because this is what this is what you do right now. Yeah. This is, you're our new Tina.
I'm the Valley's Tina.
Yes. Is there any similarities to Missy and Tina?
Oh yes. And I think that's probably why it's so easy for me to capture her, because similar to Tina, I've went through my my time period of domestic violence. And literally almost exactly the same that she went through. That little scene that everyone makes fun of, where she ran out of the hotel and went.
Right.
Yeah. I literally almost had that exact same experience. So for me, and I've always loved music, and being able to perform is like a relief for me. Right. So to be able to go through that, come out on the other side unscathed, it's like, yeah, that was life. That was the end. Life is beautiful now.
You're a mother.
Yes.
You have boys just like she did. How many boys do you have?
I have 4 boys and 1 girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. All grown.
Yes. There's other things that you do besides performing. This is what you're passionate about. Yeah. What was it that got you into this industry, wanting to perform? Was it getting away from some of the pain? What was it that got you there?
Music has always been an escape for me, ever since I was young. And I guess you could say my mom instilled that in me, because those Saturday morning cleanups.
Oh yeah, I remember those days. Turn that music on.
Exactly. She would put the 45s on the record player. We have the Dusties going. She'll put a pallet out. She'll start doing her exercise while we have to, clean the house up. But then, of course, we're rolling on the floor on the pallet while she's doing her exercises. And I began mimicking the vocalists that were coming from the radio. I learned later on in years they called it a Vitrola. Look. It was a turntable. It was a radio.
Oh, okay.
And we had the 45s. Still have them. I actually bought my mom a Vitrola right before I left from Chicago. So she has Vitrola that she actually plays the 45s on. So she still has her collection of 45s. I guess the albums, they were considered 72s. So you would have to change the speed, you know, to accommodate. But yeah, I'm a Dusty's girl. So I'm still stuck in that type of music. You know, today's music, it depends. Something has to capture my ear for me
and
to
a lot
listen
of times,
to it.
and I think when it is those, it's the ones that's sampling from that type of music that you're used to.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. You know what? I just want to hear all about this concert you're going to. What is it that your guests can expect when they come to see you?
They literally can expect to see Tina. Basically, that's how I see it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't feel as if I could deliver Tina to the fans that love her the most. So it's no longer going to be Missy on stage. And that's what I love about it. I used to question a lot growing up when I used to see performers like, you know, Michael or Janet Jackson or something. It's like, how can they be so timid, so shy, you know, when they speak, but then when they're on stage,
totally different person.
They're a different person. And it's literally, it's easy to do when you're a performer. You can,
you become someone
it's an
else.
outer body experience. It's literally like you can become somebody else. And then once I'm done being Tina, I'm back to Missy. It's back to, you know, hey, how y'all doing? You know, good. You know, but yeah, once I hit the stage, and that first note come out, I may be a little nervous for the first couple of notes, but then once the audience give me that energy, I feed it back and it's over at that point.
She has such a huge body of songs. I know it had to be hard to decide. I mean, of course, those songs that you know everybody wants you.
Yeah, have to do the signature songs.
You say there's 90 minutes and that. How did you decide on which songs to select?
Well, I already knew just about um, her entire song list. There were probably 2 songs I didn't know that she did. And when I heard those 2 songs, I immediately added those 2. And it was just like, because she did like a lot of remakes of songs. So she just rocked it out. And
so are there any songs from her and the Ike days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The entire production is called Evolution, a Tina Turner tribute. So it's how she evolved from her days of Ike on up until she stepped out on her own and she became her own brand name. So yeah, it's a segue from the young Tina up to the more mature.
Okay. So Tina is that person you're embodying when you're on the stage. Is there any other artists that you perform other than Tina?
I it's crazy, but Cher, Josh Groban, Macy Gray. I used to be able to do Mariah Carey. I can still hit those notes, but for the most part, I can't sound like her anymore. You know, it's over the years, you know, and doing Tina, because Tina has this like raspy voice, so I have to.
That's why I can see you doing the Macy also.
Yeah. And even Cher, all of them are, you know, similar. It just depends on how I don't know how to describe it, but it's something that you tweak with in your throat, and you know, you can do Cher, Tina.
Doing all these performers, did you have any training for this, or did you learn it all on your own?
It was basically from me growing up mimicking, you know, people like Joe Simon, you know, people that who's Joe Simon? Yeah, he has a deep voice. So that's where I get the depth from, and that's what made it kind of easy for me to do people like Josh Groban. I listened to people like Linda Jones. Oh my gosh, she remade Your Precious Love. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, you know, mimicking people like that, it allowed me to be able to kind of toy around with my vocals. And sometimes rather than yelling at my kids when they were growing up, I would just sing the commands to them. So I'd still be yelling, but it'll more so be in song.
And it was helping you as well.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, don't get mad, don't get upset, don't yell. Just sing it to them and tell them what it is you want them to do. And they would just look at me like, oh, here she go again. Yeah, here I go again.
So does any of your children perform as well?
My daughter, she's a singer as well as a model. She's been in several different videos. So yeah, she can tear a roof off.
Oh, they're getting yelled at. That's why.
It's paying off for you. I love you. So yeah, it's paying off for her. Yeah.
So, what is it that you would want people to know about Missie?
There are various sides of Missie. The one side about Missie is I'm a serious person, even though sometimes it may not come across as that. It may come out in sarcasm, in a sense, and that's due to the fact that I love everybody. You know, that's my thing. I love everybody. I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable around me or anything. So if I speak to a person, I'll speak direct. The next time it'll come out in sarcasm because it's like, okay, apparently you didn't hear the first time that I said it, so it's like you wasn't listening. But you know, that's all right. You know, we're gonna let that slide, but I still need that done. You know, and then after that, the third strike, I call it the third strike, is like, okay, it's time to.
It's to the point, huh?
It's to the point because apparently, you know, just speaking and saying, you know, yeah, if you could do this, that, and the other, you know, that would be fine. Thanks, I appreciate it. Oh, you didn't do it. You know, I need that done. And then the third time, it's like, okay. So, but for the most part, I'm to myself because I like to observe. I'm very observant, and I'm observant to a fault. It bothers me that I'm like that because I pick up on little nuances.
Right.
You know that.
Well, I think with the industry that you're in and being the person that you should be able to have that skill set.
Yeah, I have
that
to.
You're paying attention because you're managing a whole crew.
Yeah.
And we were speaking earlier, and you have a fairly new crew for this year's performance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So how has that been? Because with a lot of the new generation, I mean, they didn't listen to some of the music that I mean, their music is different now.
Right. Right.
So how has that been for you?
It's been nerve-wracking. It makes me feel as if I'm spreading myself too thin when all I'm doing is just this bit here. But a lot of the changes were just basically working in and finding the right people to deliver the right sound.
Oh, okay.
A lot of the changes could have possibly came from like miscommunication or something like that. But it does put more load on me because it's like You're not only the performer, you're also the manager of this whole big crew. So, I want to make sure we get this out. So where can our audience find you for your next performance of the evolution of Tina Turner? They can find me November 14th. Let me look at the camera. November 14th, 2023. Tempe Center for the Arts from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. It is general seating, so you get to seat anywhere, which means every seat in the house will be the best seat in the house because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have you standing up anyway. So you can purchase tickets at Tempe Center for the Arts website. That's the only way you can get tickets. Or there's a link on my website, which is www.evolutionofTinaTurner.com. All of my upcoming show dates are on there as well, but the one that is open for the general public is November 14th, 2023. I want to see you guys there because I need a sold out show. If you love Tina, I want to see your little booties in the seat.
And who doesn't love Tina?
Exactly.
I'm like, I cannot wait to be there because I'd always wanted to be there live to see Tina Turner, but I get the next best Tina, and that's right here sitting beside me. And where can our audience find you, Missie?
I'm on all the social media sites, Facebook, Instagram. Once you go to the website, all the links to all of my social media is found there. So you just click on the little pictures. It'll take you directly to those websites there.
Are you able to tell us the first opening song?
Higher.
Get their butts there.
Yeah, higher. If you have never seen Tina perform, that song sets the tone because it's dance.
Okay.
So yeah, I get to release the energy in the beginning and kick it back up all in the end. So
it was such a pleasure to have you here with us today, and we look forward to the evolution of Tina Turner.
Yes,
thank you. And thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch you next time on Desert with Days.